It's a joy to be in the presence of the Lord. Hallelujah. As we sing, as we worship today, God help us to be aware about your presence. If we are aware about God's presence, automatically we will change. We will change in every behavior, all behavior. We will change in our words. Praise the Lord. We will change in our mentality. We will change our thinking pattern. Praise the Lord. I enjoy. Brothers, sisters, youngsters, I enjoy to worship with you today. As you know, I'm working in North India, and in this trip, I have two goals to present in different churches. The first one is, we want to aware about the present movement where God is working. In India, especially, there are major 3 mission movements happened in India. Right now, the 4th mission movement is going on. The first one is foreign mission movement. Second one is cross-cultural mission movement. And third one is monocultural mission movement. We know, I'm not explaining all about these things, but the 4th one is the local church mission movement. So my first goal to visit different churches is to make aware the people that God is working in the local church. God wants the local church to make a big movement. Praise the Lord. If you go to the Bible, if you read the Bible well, we will get to know that that is the exact movement that happened in the first century. Praise the Lord. God used the churches in the beginning, in the first century, God used the churches to glorify His name, to establish His mission, to plant churches. In another word, God is bringing, in 21st century, God is bringing us back to the first century to fulfill His purpose in this globe. So, the question, what is our church role in this God's movement around the globe? We know a lot of organizations working, and right now, even the single church, the local church are doing better work than the organization doing in different places. So I encourage the church to be part of God's movement wherever God calls you. I'm not asking you to come to North India, Nagpur. No, not at all. Wherever God leads you, wherever God asks you to do, and be part of the missions, part of the movement, God is in charge right now. That's the first thing. The second one is, we all are, basically our root is in Kerala. And we want to know that there are 35 lakhs Hindi-speaking people living in Kerala right now. If you travel to Kerala, if you are going to Kerala in the holidays, in vacation, you will get to know all those things. If you travel early in the morning, you will find out thousands of people in every cities of Kerala. So 35 lakhs of people are registered under the government, and there are a lot of people unregistered living and working in Kerala. They are the major labor force right now in Kerala. We come out from Kerala, but a lot of people stay back and a lot of people are staying in Kerala right now, especially coming from the Hindi-speaking but North India. That's a great. I appreciate Pastor to share the word. The great door open to the Malayalam churches to do the mission work in our state, especially among the different languages. Praise the Lord. Once there was a time we have only speaking Malayalam, and we have only a Malayalam church. Right now we have Hindi churches in Kerala. And God gave us a burden to plant Hindi churches in Kerala. And we have, at present, we have 5 places. We have a congregation in Kerala, and the second goal of my trip is to find out the partners who are interested to plant a church in your local place back to Kerala. If you are interested to be cooperate and work with together, and it's not for a organizational banner, it's a God's church. It will be a God's church if you plant together. And the goal is not only to planting a church among the Hindi-speaking people, but see, mostly those people are coming from 12 states of Kerala, and they are from entire villages. And even the cross-cultural missionaries cannot go. I cannot go most of the places there they are from, and we cannot send even the missionaries. If we support the missionaries, we cannot send even the missionaries to go and work into their native places, especially because there are a lot of difficulties to stay back and work in that place. But if we plant a church in Kerala, especially among the Hindi-speaking people, we will get people from 8 states, and that's a big opening to plant churches in North India. Especially, we experienced that last 3 years, and we had a good church in Todupuzha, and nearly 200 people, 200 youngsters, the people, those who are below 40s, worshiping the Lord, and we develop leaders among the group, and those leaders are going to plant churches in different places of Kerala, and we ask your presence, prayer, and your partnership to do the work where God opens in our state. Let's come back to this word. I would like to explain a little bit about. God anointed me as a teacher, and I started my full-time ministry in '97 onwards, and 2003 onwards I am concentrating in North India. I focus stayed in Nagpur and travel different states, and I call for a church planter. I was pastoring Assemblies of God Church few years back in Kerala, but after that I realized my real call, and then I become a church planter right now. I'm not pastoring a single church, but traveling to different places and helping to plant churches in different areas and conduct the training program for churches. We have also, God helped us to develop 10 levels of training program for churches. If we come to the Great Commission passage, that is in Matthew chapter 28, verse 18 to 20. I know most of you have memorized that verse, and that is our culture, to memorize the verse. And when I prepare the 10 levels of training program, I met a person, and he mentored me a few years to develop those courses. And God has given me an opportunity to stay with him 2-3 days, and in his house, the different thing I learned from him is, we try to ask our children to memorize the words. And every day, that person, when his children are ready to go, prepare and ready to go to the school, and they come to the father's room. The children came to the father's room and stand over there. I thought they are waiting for prayer. Because that is our culture. If somebody is coming to our place and Mona, if you are going to the school, let me pray and go. That is our culture. But this person asked the children, 3 children, what words you like to implement in your life today? See the difference. We ask the children to memorize the words, but here there are some other people asking their children to experience, to live in the Word, to live in the Word. Praise the Lord. The Matthew chapter 28, 18 to 20, I'm not reading that passage. Maybe You have that passage in the back and on the screen, I think, and you can look at that. There are two things Jesus wanted to teach to the church, especially the people, those who call him personally. Let me repeat that words. God called us personally. Praise the Lord.
Amen.
Sometimes we may think that, especially the second, third generation of Pentecostals, and we may think that father and mother, they are going to the church, that is why we are here. No, God called you personally for his purpose, for his mission. Praise the Lord. If you are thinking that you are just stay back, you are line up, you are just following your father, no, not at all. You are in the presence of God because God called you personally. If you are not aware about that today, you need to be aware. We sing that song, God, make us aware your presence, make us aware your call. Praise the Lord. Why God call us? The Apostle Paul prayed to the church that God had to open their eyes to see their call. Praise the Lord. If we are not called by God personally, individually, there is a chance sometimes the problem comes, we will say some loose words. Sometimes we will act as a backslider. We behave as a backslider. Even though if we come to the church, we behave. In the presence of the God, we behave sometimes as a backslider. Praise the Lord. God is not measuring the volume of our sound, how loudly we sing, how loudly we preach. It's not the volume of our sound, but the volume of our heart and the obedience of His word. Praise the Lord. We need to be measured out. We need to be measured out. After every day, after every Sunday service, after every prayer meeting, we need to be measured. What is my volume of worship? Praise the Lord. Let me come back to the word. The two things Jesus wants to teach to the church, the people, those who call him personally. I'm speaking to the people, those who are called personally. If you're aware about that, God called you personally, and I would like to preach to you today. Praise the Lord. This verse is for you. The first one is, God explained, in other words, God imparted His vision to the people whom He called. Impart His vision. The question, what is our vision? Children, youngsters, what is your vision about your life? What is your vision about your spiritual life? What is your vision about your church? If the vision is very clear, we will follow it. We will follow it. Vision needs to be drives us. Vision needs to be drives us. There should not be another force to drive us to come to the church. There should be another force to drive out, to lead us in the situation, the bad situation, in the good situation. Whatever the situation comes as we sing, whatever the situation comes, we trust God. Because God is in control.
Amen.
Because God, the one who is giving us the vision, the one who called us for the vision, and He's the leader. He's leading us. We are not leading ourselves, and God is the one who is leading us. Praise God. So whatever the situation comes to our life, let the vision lead us. What is our vision as a church, as a family? What is our vision about our marriage life, our family, about our church? God explained His vision that the vision is go and preach the gospel to all nations. To all nations. In 21st centuries, more than 760 crores of people coming under God's vision. It's a big picture. That's a God's vision. But He called me and you personally to come and connect, to the big picture, the big vision of God imparting us, imparting to the church, imparting us personally, and calling us personally. God called Abraham. If we go through the book of Isaiah, chapter 51, I'm not reading that passage. It's Isaiah chapter 51, verses 1 and 2, saying that God called Abraham personally, individually. And then He blessed him generation by generation. See, if you are ready to, there are two extremes God called to Abraham. Sometimes in our life, there may be two extremes. The one is no idea what to do, no idea where to go. It's not a clear picture. God asked Abraham to come out from his comfort zone, his place, and go where God wanted to lead him. It's not a clear picture. It's not a clear picture. But still, Abraham trusted God. Obey God. The second call is very clear. And God asked Abraham to come to Moriah. And God shared everything what he's supposed to do when he come on the top of the mountain. Very clear. Even in the minute thing, God explained. Wow. When God explains everything, it's a big picture, but it's painful. And we know what will happen the next moment, but still, Abraham obeyed his God.
Amen.
The first one is vision, and the second part of the Great Commission passage is strategy or plan. What is, if we have a vision, we should have a plan. If we have a vision, we should have a strategy. What is the strategy for accomplish God's vision in this world? First one is go and preach. Go. Preach. Second, preach the gospel. Third, baptize. Fourth, teach the people to obey what Jesus commanded to do. I'm not explaining all these things, but I would like to tell you the first one. Go.
Amen.
Even in the 21st century, there is no another strategy to accomplish God's mission in this world. A lot of people are thinking that, shall we discuss together and let us have a strategy meeting. Let us have a strategy meeting. For mission, we don't need to think about the strategy meeting. Find out the strategy which God explains in the Word, in the Bible. Find out. God calls us to discover the things. Discover. We are here to discover the things. Discover the right word from the Bible. In our situation, based on our situation, based on our call, based on our mission. See, God's strategy is go. In 21st century, we take the strategy up and down, and then we are saying, let the people come and hear the gospel, which is very opposite to God's plan. Go is not come. Go is go. The come is opposite to the God's word. As a church, I encourage you, brothers, sisters, youngsters, are we really following God's plan? Go to the place where God is calling you.
Amen.
Praise the Lord.
Hallelujah.
There is no other plan God gives to the church. The only one strategy: go and preach the gospel. What is our role? What is our role? To obey His word. We are conducting a lot of programs based on the strategy curve. Based on the strategy curve. But God is asking, are you ready to go? Are you ready to move? As we hear in the first sermon, God opens doors for the gospel. Many times, 99% of the times, we expect God wanted to open a door for my personal life, my personal need, my family need, for my child. Praise the Lord. But every door God opens, even the miracles, the God opened every door God opened to accomplish His mission. To glorify His name, not our fame, not our fame, not our benefit, not for our benefit, but ultimately for His benefit. Praise the Lord. Can we turn all the doors which is open in our life in front of us to the benefit of God's kingdom? To the benefit of God's kingdom. Let's close our eyes. To be part of His body, to be part of His church. If you have not realized the call, if the picture is not clear still, you need to follow God. You need to worship Lord. You need to obey His word. If the call is very clear and you know the difficulties are coming, even though the door is open and the enemies are there on your ways, still, God is in control and you need to follow His word. Can we submit ourselves and ask and respond to God's word? That God, I am ready. I know the situation. I know what will happen in the future. I know what will happen the next day in my life, but still, you are my God. I trust you, Lord. You are in control. Whatever the situation I go through, you are in control. Submit ourselves. Thank you for giving this opportunity. And thank you. God bless you.
വേലക്കായി നല്ല